Now I know you just clicked on a video about Silver the Hedgehog, but before we could get to talking about this heroic Hedgie, we need to first talk about this Hedgie. Hello everybody, my name's Roland Nolan, and what you see right here is the baddest of boys in the bestest of ways, Shadow the Hedgehog. It's no secret that this guy means business, but what you might not know is that this guy also brings in a lot of business. Within the first few days of releasing, Sonic X Shadow Generations crossed over 1 million units sold. To put it in a little bit of perspective, each unit is base model around $50, give or take. And I won't do the math for you, but that's a lot of Benjamins. Not to mention paid DLCs, the various collector's editions, the merch that's going around with this title. And speaking of this title, having played it for myself, I can firmly say, it's a home run in the park, boys and girls! Sonic X Shadow Generations is pretty much following the Mario blueprint in the sense that it's remastering an older title while also coupling it with a brand spanking new game. Not only did the Generations remaster add a good bunch of content, but the Shadow campaign? Chef Boyardee's kiss. From beginning to end, it is just nothing but beauty. Gameplay was top tier, animation was stellar, and above all else, this game had passion written all over it. I mean, just look at these beautiful animations, people! And if you think for a second that these cutscenes are mid, well, for point of reference, this is where we were at a couple years back.
Let's go! Go!
Now, as exciting as this topic is, I'm not here to talk about our favorite edgelord and savior Shadow. I'm here to talk about our favorite soft boy, Silver the Hedgehog. Introduced back in 2006 with the title Sonic the Hedgehog, this young lad traveled 200 years from the future to save his world from terror and destruction. He's had a couple appearances here and there, but regardless, we don't really know much about the dude. And to me, that's a shame. That's a problem. A big old goof in the Sonic IP department. What we do know about Silver is that the Hedgehog's pretty OP when it comes to his power. Quick rundown on Silver. He has an ability known as psychokinesis. And no, it doesn't mean he's a lonely band running around Arkham Asylum. It just means he can pretty much use the Force. With the power of his mind, he can maneuver objects at will without even needing to lay a finger on them. If he wanted to check some boxes here and there, he could do that. If he wanted to flick you off into the sun, he could do that. If he wanted to fuse a bunch of objects together to form a big old meteorite that can weigh tons upon tons, he could do that. Now let's forget the whole Scarlet Witch thing for a second. Even without these abilities, homie can fly! And, well, that's pretty much it, but he can still fly! And again, he's from the future. With the power of chaos control, he can manipulate time and space to his own will. You know who else can use the power of chaos control to the power of their own abilities? Mama! Oh yeah, baby. There's a reason why I started this video gushing over Shadow. A majority of y'all watching might be aware that this year was the Fearless Year of Shadow. A marketing campaign came up by Sega to promote the character. Quoting Sonic's chief brand and business officer, Ivo Gerskovic? Ivo Gerskovic? Gertrude, I don't care. This is what he had to say.
We launched our Fearless Year of Shadow fan celebration campaign. This is a special theme designed to encourage all of you to celebrate the exciting character and also to get you to embrace your own inner fearlessness.
This whole campaign brought a whole new light to Shadow. It brought exposure in a way that allowed the character to be his badass self while everyone was getting hyped for it. Don't think he's a badass? Well, let me show you this, folks. That right there is an official Shadow the Hedgehog motorcycle that he rode in his own fucking game. That's pretty metal if you ask me. campaign highlighted his own game coming out. It covered how he's going to be the main antagonist in the third movie installment. And, oh yeah, he's Batman now. Not a joke. In the last Sonic Central, they actually went into discussion about how there's going to be an official Sonic and Justice League crossover. And, yeah, Shadow's Batman. Oh yeah, baby. And when it comes to doing something like this for Silver, I do understand that it's a little tough to decide what personality trait to steal from Silver in terms of, you know, promoting it onto others. But regardless, Silver still needs his own year. He needs his own marketing. He needs his own merch tie-ins. And above all else, he needs his very own game. No, these don't count. Now, if you're a hardcore Sonic fan, you might be thinking to yourself,
well, Silver is a runt. Who cares about this time-traveling piece of shit? All he does is just jump to conclusions and act on his naive behaviors. That's not cash money.
And to that, I say, you're right. But what if we use those qualities of character and use them as a starting point to grow his arc, fulfill his own hero's journey? Let's say, for example, this is the blueprint for an upcoming Silver game. What if he's just hanging out with Sonic and Co, and it's about high time for him to get back to his own timeline? So, he uses Chaos Control, he hops through the portal, bingo bango, oh, look at that, he's in his future. Something that's unfortunately all too familiar to him. Darkness and ruin. It's up to him to save the future once more, but this time around, he's the star of the show. And if you want to bring in other characters along the way, that's great! That's awesome! Here's a fun scenario. As Silver is traveling along his journey, he stumbles upon something. A capsule, an abandoned one. And out of sheer curiosity, he opens it. And who do we see jump out?
Maria.
Oh yeah, baby. Mr. Danforth Chaos Emerald hops out to save the day. And if we don't want to go with the capsule route, then that's fine. We have to remember that he's the ultimate life form. He doesn't age. A blessing and a curse tied together that allows him to see the downfall of this future. If you don't want to go the shadow route,
Fine. You're no fun.
I'll throw in another contender. Let's bring in the cat! No, not that cat. Although it would be funny to see him trying to fish in fiery lava. With Silver's first introduction back in 06, Blaze served as his wise mentor. She's always been a fiery feline of wisdom, but to Silver, she was more than that. Above all else, she was a friend. And not just any friend. She was a friend willing to put her life on the line to aid in her friend's journey. Don't worry, the footage that you're seeing right now is retcon, so our kitty queen's still around. But enough talk about what a Silver game could look like. The whole point I'm trying to make is that the Hedgehog's a goldmine of potential. Unlike other Sonic characters, Silver's story stops at the door after the whole 200 years from the future thing. There's nothing beyond that when it comes to his backstory. Like, how did he acquire his powers? How did he learn to time travel? Was he raised by anyone? Did he have parents? Is he an orphan? I don't know! Nobody knows! That's the problem! And I know the Archie comics did something with this character back then. If you guys haven't already, check out this video. Beautifully made, beautifully explained. Go check it out. Link in the description, of course. But regardless, that stuff's not canon. Meaning, he's still an ambiguous character in the main Sonic lore. That's shocking. With a campaign similar to Shadow's, it could be his turn to get the spotlight. And with that spotlight, we can introduce new and current viewers to this new face in the Sonic IP. Except he's not a new face. He's been here all along. So now let's give it to him and embrace the specialness that comes with this character. And I mean, from a design perspective, look at the dude. He screams fresh. What a good trio that makes, doesn't it? Sonic's got that swagger, Shadow's got that edge, and Silver, I mean, I don't know, maybe he's a rave girly. I mean, look at those glowing shackles. We know he's all about that life. At the end of the day, I just think he's an underutilized character, and he's just severely underrated. With the Sonic franchise in their Renaissance era, I would love to see this character get his redemption arc. I mean, his 20th anniversary is coming out in 2026, so... Just kidding. I mean, as much as I'd love there to be a fully fledged game to come out with his campaign, if that chooses to happen, it's probably too soon in 2026. Unless they've been cooking in the kitchen all this time. I mean, we never know. But hey, regardless, those are my 2 cents on the topic. I just always found this dude cool as hell, and I just want him to be known as more than just the it's no use guy. I don't know, let me know what y'all think about Silver. Do you think he should stick to the sidelines, or should he be getting the spotlight? I mean, I haven't even mentioned how he could fare in a Sonic movie. I mean, that plot just writes itself, don't it? But alas, thank you for your time. Thanks for sticking it out this long. I really appreciate all the support I got from the last video. It means a lot. Big preach to you all. And as always, have a great rest of your day and night. And this is Rollin' Nolan, rolling out.